5, 4, 3, 2, 1. CTS, Pop Culture, episode 38. We are back after just a brief hiatus. We should be back more regular.
Regular.
For a while.
Now that Henry's done with his
regularly.
schooling.
A little bit this week. You might notice if you're watching the podcast. If you're listening, you're probably out of luck for the next little bit. We've got some other props on the podcast set. I had the opportunity recently to head to Disneyland, and at Disneyland there's a place called Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is basically just a planet from Star Wars. Really cool. I had a really good time. One of the things they offer at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is a selection of Star Wars merchandise, including lightsabers. As you can probably see, we while I was there, we picked up a few lightsabers.
Oh, more than a few.
Not much more than a few.
Well,
depending
one
on
more
your
than a
definition of
few.
a few. Yeah, but Jace had me get him one. I got one. We figured
You got two. You built one.
One of the legacy lightsabers, and then we've got another one to show off. We figured it'd be kind of fun if I've already opened mine. I was too impatient, but for Jace to open his on the podcast, I can show mine off first a little bit.
Let's see. Show me, Henry.
I went with
What did you get?
Darth Tyrannus, Count Dooku. Boom. Here it is. Right here.
Let me hold
Look
it
at that.
again.
It's so nice. So clean. They're like heavy. That's one thing I didn't expect when we got them. It's like really hefty. I was a little
So
worried I was going to
cool.
spend a bunch, and
I like the hand, like the grippy.
yeah, it's like all the texture is nice. It doesn't feel just like plastic like those little like extendo ones.
Yeah.
So we've got this guy right here. Very fun. I would recommend it, definitely.
Okay, my turn.
Set that one.
I need a
Jace's turn.
knife.
Got Jace.
We're gonna get banned off YouTube for having dangerous weapons.
You can have knives on YouTube.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's open that bad boy up.
Stop.
Jace
making
is
me
struggling.
nervous. You're making
He's
me nervous.
struggling.
Okay. There's one.
Do you want to
There's
reveal
two.
to the people what you got, or just show it, see if they recognize it?
Ooh, good question. I'll show it and then I'll reveal it.
Move it in a little bit this way. I think it might
Move what in?
like go in front of you like that.
Oh, okay, okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
it might show up a little better on
Dum,
camera.
Dum, 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 dum. Oh.
No, we just make sure those are peeled back a
How
little
do
bit.
I open it?
Push that
Oh.
guy. Oh, here it is.
Wait, do I need to open this side?
No, I think you're good.
No, I do. I need to cut these
I
two
got it.
back parts.
I've got you.
Oh boy. He's gonna
There's
cut his hand
one. There's two.
off. Good job, Henry. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay.
We have
That's
gone
so
with
cool.
Cal Kestis.
Does anyone recognize this lightsaber?
I just said it. That was kind of killed the.
How do I Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay.
That's the batteries.
So that comes out.
Screw that one back in.
And then how do I see like the exposed? Is there a way to show like the exposed part, you know?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, right there.
There he is.
Wait, so where does this go on the bottom?
Yeah, I think it just.
No.
I think you unscrew that whole thing maybe. First time. We've never. This is.
No.
Unscrew. I bet it's that guy.
This guy? Right here?
Yeah. No.
You can't unscrew this whole thing.
I think you can.
I think you're wrong. Here. you
But
wanna
is
try?
that not where it goes, right? That's not it. Maybe right there. Oh, that's what it is.
What? Oh. Gotcha. Okay.
Let's shut that bad boy so the people can see.
Yeah, dude, that's
That's
clean.
sick. Would you like to put a blade
Yeah, let's do
on
it.
it?
Let's do the blade.
Open that guy. This guy right here. That one's yours. There's the knife if you need it. Mine has already been opened. Boom, boom, boom. These blades are, of course, extra. You have to pay extra for them. But I would argue, well worth it. You might have to, there's a little plastic thing in the front that you'll have to take out.
Oh, yeah. Sheesh. Ooh.
Hopefully you guys could hear that nice little activation in the end of your lightsaber. There's a little plastic thing.
What?
This thing in the end where you would stick your lightsaber in.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the
No.
box.
Boom. Set this bad boy underneath. Now put those in. Push down and twist. Oh, we already activated it.
Ooh. Oh, that's sick, dude. Wait, how do I need to do, does it only last for a few seconds?
No, it should last for more. Yours isn't all the way in. So you're going to want to push down. No, right there. Push down and then twist like 90 degrees. There you go.
Got it.
There she is.
That is sick,
Got
dude.
it. Hopefully you guys can see that on video. The nice little sound for you, some lightsaber ASMR. So
Dang, dude.
very, very cool.
So to take it off, same thing? Oh, yep.
Reverse. Get a nice little sound. Boom. So those are the legacy lightsabers, and I think they have go the other way. I think would be better. I think they have a ton. They have Luke's, they have Obi-Wan's, they have Qui-Gon's, they've got Ahsoka's, they've got Darth Vader's, they've got, I don't know if they have Yoda's. I don't think they have Yoda's, but they've got a lot of those. Very cool. Hit the button on the back. Yeah, so those are very fun. Another part of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge experience, it's called Savi's Workshop, where you have the opportunity to, it's not going to fit back in the box with the other bottom on.
Oh, you think?
I don't think so. Savi's Workshop, where you have the opportunity to build your own lightsaber, your own custom lightsaber, based on, like, I think there's four different, sorry, I'm bumping the mic. There's 4 different kind of theme type things. And I did that while I was there. So I'll whip that lightsaber out, show it off a little bit.
Let's see it.
This one's not mine. This one is another one that we got while we were there. Boom, right here. I think this one's called like Peace and Justice or something like that. A little bit of like an Old Republic vibe, we said.
Yeah.
Kind of very cool. You get the ignition, and as you can see, the blade on this one is white. You actually, on these ones, have the chance, if you unscrew them like this, unscrew them like that, flip off this little center thing. You can see, hopefully you guys can see, the white one's a little hard to see.
Let me see.
Kyber crystal.
That's cool.
In there. Kyber crystal goes in there. You can get, I think there's 7 different colors of kyber crystals you can get. Very cool. Very cool. Just pop that back on. When you're done, twist these. Boom. It's back on. So that is, I think, yeah, Peace and Justice.
And how much were those to build?
Very cool. I think the experience is like $220.
So it's the same price as one of the legacy lightsabers.
A little more. But yeah, like especially the more expensive legacy lightsabers. Like I think if you get Ahsoka's, I think those ones are like about the same price. But Ahsoka's come with 2 lightsabers. So there's that one. And this one is mine, the better of the 2, I would say. This one I believe is called Elemental Nature is the name of the set. The big reveal. Boom. Look at that guy right there. Got a big old tooth at the bottom.
What kind of tooth is that?
I think it's like a crate dragon tooth.
Mm.
Little cheeky crate dragon tooth. I liked this one because they were leather. And my other thought was elemental nature doesn't feel like it needs to be like Sith or Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So it could go with like a red or another colored
Yeah.
kyber crystal.
Yeah.
Got green in it right now.
I like green.
Yeah. Yep. So those are the lightsabers from Galaxy's Edge that we have gotten.
Pretty sick. I'm going there in a few months. So we'll do another episode when we
With some more unboxings of
some more
the other
unboxings
lightsabers
and
that
such.
we pick up.
No, but yeah, very cool.
Oh, one other thing I need to grab. Give me just
Go for it.
1 second.
While Henry's gone, I'll refresh everyone on...
I'm right here. I'm still right in the room.
Oh, you're not going out of the room? Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Henry's going to brag about his special pull for about the next 20
amazing luck.
minutes.
My amazing luck. So here it is. So like I was saying, on the custom lightsabers, you can get different colored kyber crystals. If you ask them what colored kyber crystals you can buy, they'll say, we've got 6 colors. You've got red, blue, green, purple, yellow, and white. There's a secret 7th color, black kyber crystals. Black kyber crystals don't get advertised. You can't just go, oh, I want to buy a black kyber crystal. When you ask them for a red kyber crystal, they go, okay, here's this bowl of all these red kyber crystals. Grab one. I did that. I was a little like, oh, that's funny that they give you kind of the choice on the kyber, like the red ones, when they didn't on any other ones. The reason for that is because there's like a pretty low chance that when you buy a red kyber crystal, what comes in this little tube here will be a black kyber crystal. Obsidian shard, they call it.
And you said it doesn't light the blade up black, or it does?
No, because there's no way to light a blade up black, I don't think, in like real life. But it lights it up red. But then there's some other stuff that it does different than a red crystal. So yeah, I think it's like, I saw numbers like 1 in 10 was like the best odds I saw. And some people were saying like 1 in 50 or 1 in 100. I don't know. So I was like, okay, I want a red lightsaber, so I'll buy a red one, and then maybe I'll get a black kyber crystal. That'd be cool. So I get out there, Galaxy's Edge, in front of the Millennium Falcon. I go, fine, I can't wait. I've got to open it. Unscrew the top. What do I see? The black kyber crystal. It's crazy. It even comes with a little slip that says, "Oh, what you've got here is incredibly rare," or whatever, like that. So
That almost looks like a bluish.
very
color.
cool. It was. Imagine I put it in, it lights up blue. It's just a blue kyber crystal. Yeah. So that was very cool as well. You can put them in like holocrons.
Yeah.
You stick the
So
kyber
they do
crystals,
different stuff.
and the black one does something different than anything else. So
Did you not want to buy a holocron?
I wanted a Sith holocron because that's the one that interacts like with the black kyber crystal, and they were out of stock. They said they've been out of stock for months.
That's random.
They had 1 million of the Jedi holocrons, but
Interesting.
yeah, so very cool. I would highly recommend the experience to anyone that has the opportunity to go. It was very fun.
That's cool.
Okay, now that we are moving on from that, well, I guess also on the subject of Disneyland, they had that Avengers campus.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool too. They had like Pim's
Did you see Moon Knight?
No, I didn't see Moon Knight, but we weren't there for very long at night because we were in like Cars Land at night. But I did see like Thor, Loki, Black Panther, Black Widow were kind of the big ones I saw. Saw Ant-Man, but yeah, no, very cool. The Spider-Man ride was fun. I saw Spider-Man too, but yeah, very cool. It was cool to see like some of the stuff like kind of in real life. They have like a full-size Quinjet. No, it's the same thing with Star Wars. They have like a full-size Millennium Falcon, full-size X-Wings, and different ships. It was very sick to see like all the stuff from the movies. Like, oh man, it's right there. It's
That's
real.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
While we're on the subject of Marvel and Moon Knight, it's been a few weeks since we've talked about Moon Knight. What have you thought?
Where did we leave off?
I can't remember if it was
After episode 1?
I think it was after episode 2, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, we'll only talk about 3 and 4 then.
3, 4, and 5.
Really? I thought it was... Oh, I guess it is episode 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you give us a general summary of what has happened up to this point over the past 3 episodes, and then we'll discuss some of our favorite moments.
So we find out that Mark needs to go to Egypt to find the tomb of Amit, where Arthur Harrow wants to release Amit to devour the souls of the unjust. So we end up in Egypt, where we basically see... Oh.
Whoa,
we just
sorry.
lost a lightsaber blade.
Sorry, guys.
Lost a lightsaber blade.
Scared
But so we end up in Egypt. We go. Mark has to find out that like where to go. And they find out they basically get to this temple and they're going through and they find the like statue of Amit that they need to release, and get confronted by Arthur Harrow, who shoots Mark. And then he, like, as he's falling back, he's falling back, and then kind of that's episode 3. The episode ends. We get to episode 4. He wakes up, or we start. I don't think we see Mark at first. We start, and everything's like white. There's characters that we recognize, but it's in an unfamiliar place. There looks like almost a hospital, something like that. Crawley, who is the mime, is like calling out bingo numbers.
Are you sure this isn't the end of episode 3? I thought this was the end of episode 3.
I can't remember if this is the end of episode 3 or the start of episode 4. They kind of bleed in together, right?
Yeah, so I think that's the end of episode 3, because I remember that scene happens and I was like, dang, this is a long episode, because it just kept going to this completely different premise.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
Okay. Either way, whatever. So, it's still the continuation. And then we, like, pull up on Mark, and he's, like, sitting in a wheelchair. He's, like, kind of out of it, and you kind of find out that, oh, he's in like a psych ward. He gets wheeled in because that's what it was, because it does the scene from like the Indiana Jones, like he's watching, but and he gets wheeled into like an office, and he looks up, and it's Arthur Harrow, but he's like a doctor. Like, he's got a mustache, he's got glasses, he's different than the one that we know, and he's a doctor this time, and he's talking, and he basically tells Mark, hey, like, you are in a psychiatric ward, you're dealing with some like mental illness, we're just trying to help you. And Mark's like, no, like, this can't be, like, what's going on, what's happening? And so we kind of deal with that for a while, and we don't really know what's going on. And then the end of episode, so Mark finally escapes from Harrow, and he runs out, and there's a sarcophagus shaking in a room, and he goes, oh, what's that? Runs in, and then you hear, help, and it's Steven. Opens up the sarcophagus, and Steven hops out, another copy of Mark, and they're in there together. And then we run out, and there's a third room with another sarcophagus shaking.
And so Mark walks in,
and
he opens the sarcophagus.
No, he doesn't.
And out comes Loki.
Yes.
What?
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Crossover. No. As they're about to kind of investigate the sarcophagus, they hear a sound from down the hall. They go, what's that? They kind of sneak up. Doors open, and it's a hippo wearing like ancient Egyptian dress. And then kind of the episode ends there. Then we're on to episode 5, which is the latest, this week's episode. We start where we picked off with the hippo, who we learn is the...
I feel like we skipped episode 4. There's an episode that we skipped in there.
Episode 4 isn't the hippo. Episode 4 is what ends with the hippo.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Yeah, you're 100%.
right. 100%.
You're right.
And we learned that the hippo is the goddess Taweret, who's the goddess of like women, children, motherhood in ancient Egypt. And she kind of explains to Mark and Steven that, oh, when you got shot, you died. You're dead. You're in the afterlife now. And the process for the afterlife is that you are going to travel on this boat, and if your scales aren't balanced, your heart against the feather of truth, then you basically are sucked down into the sand and like frozen forever. So you need to find a way to balance your scales, because once you put their hearts on it, it can't shook, kind of like the tattoo.
So what does that mean, balancing your scales?
Were you a good person, right? It's like,
oh, okay.
Kind of that same concept. And then so basically the rest of the episode is spent investigating Mark's past and what has led him to do the things he's done, why he's there. And so we investigate his childhood, where we learn that his little brother drowned while they were out playing, that his mom kind of was very abusive towards him, that he ran away kind of from his family when he was like a young adult, and then we get to see when he becomes Moon Knight.
Yeah, we did get to see his brother dying.
Yeah.
And his abusive mother, and how he created this character, Stephen Grant,
to deal with that.
Yeah, it's like DID stuff. Pretty interesting.
And then we get to see him become Moon Knight, which I thought was a cool scene. You see like everyone kind of dead around him that his partner, like Bushman, has killed, and Mark's clearly hurt, and he crawls into this temple, and he's about to like shoot himself because he's like about to die, and you just hear Khonshu's voice go, "Oh, what a waste," and basically like talks him out of it and talks him into becoming this Moon Knight avatar. And then we like kind of after, well, not quite after that, but eventually they get the scales to almost balance. but they're not quite balanced yet, and so the souls of other people with unbalanced scales start attacking them on the boat, and eventually Steven gets pulled over the side of the boat, and Mark's scales balance, and he goes through to the field of reeds, and that ends the episode. I'll just say, I'll start out. This is my favorite Marvel series so far. I've really enjoyed it.
I think this one's up there for me too. I think it's really cool. Dude, that scene where he's like about to blow his head off is pretty crazy.
Pretty dark. Yeah. Very dark. And it was cool to see him it was cool to see that like kind of origin moment. And I liked that they didn't. I think sometimes Marvel can have a tendency to spend too much time like on that origin story where it's like, well, we know he becomes Spider-Man or we know he becomes Iron Man. Like, do I really need to see all of this? I liked how they did that scene for sure.
Yeah, that was cool. I think you're right. I think this is probably my favorite Marvel. It's too bad that they're not gonna do a season 2 or a season 3 because I feel like there's a lot of cool. I feel like there's a lot of cool ways that they could take this character.
I've heard that they're gonna do it's called like Midnight Suns, and it's like with him, Blade, like Black Knight, like not Richard Madden. Who's the other one in Eternals? Like the human guy that gets has the like black, like the sword at the end. That's dating Cersei.
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about.
He's the Game
of
it's like
Thrones.
the post-credit scene, right?
He's like
it's right at the
he's
very
the
end.
Jon Snow actor from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now, but that they all combine and they're gonna do a series based on that. Like that's a big comic thing. But yeah. So there's that. We want to talk about theories with I guess next week's the finale. What do you think's gonna happen?
So I think during this time that they're like, whoa, that sounds so much better. I think I just barely started talking into the mic.
Oof.
During this time that, Mark and Steven are in the underworld, I think Kara, is it the girl?
Layla.
Where did I get Kara from?
I don't know.
That's some
Cara Dune from Mandalorian, maybe? I don't know.
Okay,
regardless.
Layla, I think Layla was attempting to find Moon Knight. Or not, Khonshu.
Yeah.
She was attempting to find Khonshu. So I think that they're going to get to the gates of, what's it called?
Gates of Osiris.
The gates of Osiris, and they're not going to be let up. But then, he's going to say, like, you died, I can't let you back up. And then all of a sudden, it's going to come back alive, and he's going to, he's going to be put with the Moon Knight stuff, and it's going to, the suit, and it's going to heal him. And then I think that, so actually, I hate to cut off my own point mid-sentence, but I heard this theory, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this theory is that the gods, like all these, the meeting of the gods,
yeah,
they all are in on Amit returning.
It did seem kind of weird.
Yeah, because they were so biased, and so there's a thought that they're all going to be in on Amit returning. So I think that could be a possibility. And you notice how that one god, the god of music and love or whatever, she was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like she was kind of helping Mark or Steven or whatever. I think she's going to help Khonshu to like fight
escape
all of
and
these.
get back.
Yeah. So I think that's sort of my theory for the next episode.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. I also want to talk. So we saw in episode 4, I think, that third sarcophagus.
Mm-hmm.
That's seemed to me to represent like a third personality.
For sure.
I've also heard theories and seen things in the show that would suggest that we've already seen the third personality. Specifically, and I don't know if we've talked about this before, so there's the moments in, I think, the maybe third episode where both Steven and Mark are like, that wasn't us. Like, we didn't do that. We don't remember. Like, we don't remember that. which like seem to suggest third personality. And then there's also a couple of scenes where people think that not only has the like switch, that we like actually see him as the third personality, which in the comics is Jake Lockley.
And who's he?
So he's in the comics, he's like a cab driver, like kind of, he keeps his ear to the ground for like Mark to do like his like kind of detective work, like he gathers information and stuff, and he's typically more violent and like a little less restrained, and the which would be backed up by what we've seen in the show, because both of the times we think he's blacked out and gone to this Jake Lockley person, he's like killed a bunch of people.
So what I wouldn't understand about that is they've kind of built this character with Stephen Grant that like the reason this character was formed in his head was because he was really into this television or this movie, and it was a way for him to cope with the abuse he was sustaining from his parents. But why would another personality be created?
And here's what I've heard on that, and this, I kind of like this theory, is that Stephen Grant was created to deal with the emotional abuse from his mom. The, like, that stuff, that's why he's so, like, bright and bubbly and all that stuff. Whereas Jake Lockley was created to deal with the physical abuse.
Dang.
And that's why he's, like, violent, and it was how he kind of processed that, which I kind of makes sense to me. It's kind of cool. And I don't know, and this could be like totally crazy, but there's the part, you know, the part in when they're going to the memories and the mom comes in and she's like screaming at him like, oh, it's your fault or whatever. And then he like, Mark takes him out. Mark takes Steven out of the room and is like, we don't need to see this, like we don't need to see this or whatever. And she like gets a belt and she's gonna like beat him, but they don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's like, is that like where the third personality would have come in? And there's also the theory that there's a couple of spots. There's one spot like right when he gets to Egypt, that the accent sounds a little off. It doesn't sound quite like, it sounds a little more like a New York, like maybe a New York cab driver accent than Mark's.
Oh, he sounds like this, huh?
That was, I
New York.
I can't place that accent, but and then there's another part in the last episode where he's talking to Harrow that it doesn't quite sound like Mark's voice, that a lot of people picked up on, that I think it'd be cool if they've been slowly like peppering him in. Would be kind of sweet.
Or maybe like once he's revealed, you like rewatch the series and there's like moments,
a bunch of moments where you're like, oh, that was definitely like the way his hair is, or the way, that would be cool.
That'd be
crazy.
Be really cool.
But yeah, so I think next week, yeah, obviously we get like cause it's the last episode. It's the last episode of the season, so we'll get the like whatever final battle there is. I mean, he's got to get the Moon Knight suit back to fight Harrow. I'm sure he gets. I bet we get a battle between like Amit and Khonshu, like the bird skeleton thing and like this big crocodile thing. That would be pretty sick. That'd be cool. So I'm excited. I think it's been great, and it makes me excited for some more of these kind of characters that we don't really know about. Yeah.
Like who else? She-Hulk.
I mean, She-Hulk, there's the like Miss Marvel thing coming up. Yeah, I just think there's going to be some cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be really cool. I'm really excited for, I mean, we've got some good stuff coming up this next
Doctor Strange next week.
We're going to go see that.
I think we'll have seen, right? 'Cause it's what, May 1st right now that we're recording this?
Yeah, and then in a few weeks we've got Obi-Wan. We've got Stranger Things Part 1, which I think we can, you watched Stranger Things, right?
Yeah. So we can talk about that.
And then I'm trying to think of what else. I think those are the major things to look forward to.
Those are the main ones. I mean, Miss Marvel comes out pretty soon.
When?
Pretty soon after Obi-Wan. Like, I think it might be in July.
Oh, really? What's the next Marvel show after that?
She-Hulk. Right? I think it's She-Hulk. Yeah. So, yeah, those should be some good ones. Let's see. Any other pop culture things that have come out.
No, the only thing I just want to quickly mention, I've been seeing a lot of like things pop up on my For You page of podcasts that are like scripted. Do you know how weird are those? Those are so awkward.
Does it? Great. Like ours isn't like perfect or anything, but those ones are just weird because it's not like an actual conversation. Right?
No, it's
just like
reading to each other.
Like, dude, have you seen this? No, I haven't. What's up? Dude, the craziest thing just happened. It's like, it's so weird.
Well, and it's just like so painfully awkward that it's not legit.
But some of those are like big, like have huge followings. It's weird.
That's the weird thing. And even the thing is like, you know, obviously they don't use any filler words like or like, you know.
But that's what makes it
casual and like
that's what makes it not seem real, because no real conversation.
Yes.
Which I don't like those.
Yeah, they're weird, huh?
It's always the same kids, and I like pops on my page, and I'm like, this is uncomfortable. Like, is this really supposed to be a podcast?
All right. Well, should we wrap this one up? CTS Podcast, episode 38. Henry can't enter the password, so I get to do the.
And we don't really need a countdown.
Oh.
This is a special segment of trivia because this week I was on location in Batu, Galaxy's Edge. So I answered a few trivia questions here, but for Jace's section, we're just doing it from home.
Oh, yeah.
This is you're going to be so mad. You're going to be so angry. Just right off of that. Right off
what a way to start.
Okay, for 1 point. What texture is a mudhorn egg? A, scaly. B, smooth. C, furry. This one's tricky. I told you were going to be mad.
The 1-pointer question? It's always the 1-pointers. I'm going scaly. I know it's going to be wrong.
It's furry. And then
What can I do? What can I do?
So that's tricky.
What can I do?
What was stolen by raiders in the quiet Sorgon village? A, krill. B, banthas. C, crops.
Say it again.
What was stolen by raiders in the quiet Sorgon village? A, krill. B, banthas. C, crops. Quiet Sorgon village. I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's crops.
No, it's krill.
What is krill?
I don't know. Is it shrimp?
Are you serious?
I don't know. I'm dead serious. Dead serious. This is really rough. And just a heads up, I did go 6 for 6 on my questions.
Is this for real?
Okay. Well, let's see. Consolation. What giant footprint causes Kara to question assisting the Sorgon village? A, AT-AT Walker.
AT-AT Walker.
B, AT-ST Walker footprint.
Oh.
C, Mudhorn footprint.
It's an AT-AT.
Final answer.
Read it again?
What giant footprint causes Kara to question assisting the Sorgon village? A, AT-AT Walker. B, AT-ST Walker. Or C, Mudhorn.
So I built the Lego set of the walker that was used, and
Correct.
On the Lego set it says AT-AT Walker.
Does it? I don't think it does, because the answer is AT-ST.
What is krill? Tell me what krill is. Tell me what krill is, Henry.
Because AT-AT is the big ones.
Oh shoot, you're right. It's an AT-ST.
Yeah. Okay.
That one doesn't count. I knew that. I actually did know that. I got it confused.
How are messages often delivered to the characters in The Mandalorian? A, letter. B, hologram. C, voice call.
A hologram.
Yeah. Okay. And then what do ships often jump into for faster travel? A, superspace. B, light space. C, hyperspace.
Oh. What is light speed from? Is that from Star Trek?
I don't know. I think they go light speed, but they jump into
hyperspace.
Yeah. Which planet is Cara Dune originally from? A, Navarro. B, Alderaan. C, Tatooine.
She's from Alderaan, I think.
Correct.
So I don't think
stretch.
I've ever seen
Very rough stretch.
questions like that in my entire life.
Really quite bad. Krill.
What is that? I don't think I know what that is.
Is it shrimp?
I thought they would take the crops.
I don't think it's the crops. I think in those mud things they're getting like food out. Like not crops though. Like I think it's these like krill animal things. Cuz doesn't Baby Yoda like eat them? Isn't that one of the jokes that all the kids are like sitting around and Baby Yoda's like eating them?
He eats something. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Okay,
That's insane.
that's Jason's
Is that
section.
it? So I'm not asking you questions? All right, Henry, we're going to start off your trivia questions from Galaxy's Edge with, for 1 point, what currency is the Mandalorian paid in for his bounty hunting work? This is a weird one. Good thing it's multiple choice. A, silver. B, gold. C, Beskar.
I think he's paid in Beskar.
Beskar is the correct answer. Which planet did Ahsoka Tano instruct the Mandalorian to take the child to? A, Tython. B, Jedi. I don't know. Or C, Arvala 7.
He takes him to Tython.
It is Tython. Correct. Okay, moving on to card number 2. What does IG-11 offer to Cara and Mando? A, dumpling soup. B, tea. C, bone broth.
I think it's tea.
B is the correct answer. It's tea. What ancient creature is depicted on the Mandalorian's necklace? A, Mythosaur. B, Qua. C, Sharu. You know, if I didn't know about the Mythosaur, I would have never, ever gotten that question because there's no insight about Mythosaurs in The Mandalorian.
I don't even need the multiple choice for this one. It's the Mythosaur.
Anyways, it is A, Mythosaur. Okay. Third card. What pesky creatures scavenge and steal from ships? A, Wookiees. B, Jawas. Or C, humans.
Those would be Jawas.
It is B, Jawas. What type of metal is Beskar? I would have never gotten this. A, platinum. B, brass. C, steel.
Beskar is a steel.
It is C, steel. Okay, that's all the questions.
Let's go. Star Wars trivia in Star Wars land.